Oh, it's a little bit better, maybe. It's a little bit better. Hey everybody, it's Friday. So I'm back with my Monday, Wednesday, Friday videos. I kind of wasn't maybe going to do one tonight. There's a big event, the Auto Fest in our town. And then I thought, okay, not everybody that listens to this is from our town, right? So anyway, I decided I will come on. I'm not going to do a really long one. For those of you who are maybe just tuning in for the first time, or that you're seeing me for the first time, I'm Heidi Kneeling, and I've been doing these videos for about 14 weeks now, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And as you can see by the topic, I am doing these to kind of talk about my journey through fear, anxiety, and panic attacks, depression. For 25 years, I struggled with that from the time I was 11 until I was in my later 30s. Really, it hasn't been so much like I'm talking about my journey, really. I mean, I go into it in some of the videos, but basically, my biggest thing, my biggest passion for this is to just do some videos that are going to give people hope who are going through this. People have shared it, and that has been such a blessing because it reaches so many more people. I've said this several times, but the latest statistics are like 40 million people here in the US that they know about, right? Struggle with some form of anxiety or emotional, like in nature, disorder, right? And you got to have hope, and you got to know that you're not alone, which 40 million people, you're not alone, but yet it is when you have it, it's something that you can feel so isolated. Even though you're not alone, it still just makes you feel like you are, right? Well, you're not. You're absolutely not alone. And I want to give through these videos, it was my passion just to give so much hope and so much encouragement to let them know that if I broke free, which I have, maybe like 21 years now, I've been free, no medications or anything like that, that you can do that too. So these videos have just been kind of full of little nuggets, that you can listen to, and they'll give you something different to think about, or even give you something to do, like, wow, I never considered that, or gosh, that's amazing. Like, I'm going to start doing that, or whatever. And that's what it's designed to do. This week I went into like my journey out, really truly what I did, to break free. And then I did kind of a part 2 on Wednesday. Tonight I was going to go into more of what I'm going to offer for those who are struggling within the next few weeks to break free. But sorry, I've got a bug in here. But I'm going to do that Monday instead. Hey, Crystal, how are you? I can always count on you, can't I? And you've been so faithful to share, I think, every video. And Crystal, I want to tell you, I thank you every time, but I want to thank you personally for doing that. It just blesses me, and I'm sure people see it in that way too, and it's a blessing to them as well. So I just want to really, really thank you for that. I'm very touched. Excuse me? Alice. Oh, hey, Alice. How are you? Good to see you too. So tonight I'm just going to, I'm going to go into that on Monday. Hi, Cindy. How are you? You've been a faithful listener and a faithful sharer of these videos too, Cindy, and I just appreciate that so very much. I can't thank you guys enough, because it's a hellish way to live, and it's my vision to just reach as many people as I can, and to give them the hope. I see that, honey. And to give them the the hope and the encouragement that they need, and the tools that they need to break free. Because if I did it, so can anybody, right? Really. Hey, Larry, how are you tonight? I'm surprised you didn't go to the auto show, Larry. Maybe you're coming tomorrow. But anyways, so I'll go into that Monday. Monday is, I'll start talking about that, what it is that I can offer those of you who are struggling with this, and or those that So tonight I'm just going to talk like really briefly, and I hope so, Cindy. I really do. You're welcome. I just it just blesses me. It just blesses me, that God could take the mess that I was in, and turn it around, and now use it for good. And holy cow, it humbles me, it blesses me, and I'm going to be a voice for this. I just am. My first few videos, probably my first few weeks of videos, even now when I first get on, I feel just kind of awkward, and it was like, oh, do I want to do this? Do I want to, but it's like, nope, I'm moving forward with this.
Say hi to Melissa.
Yeah. Melissa?
Yeah.
Oh, hey Melissa. I saw you tonight and I didn't get a chance to say hello. So hello now. Anyways, so tonight, just really briefly, I posted something on Facebook today, and this is what it says. Even if we're not in prison, there are ways we imprison ourselves every day with our thoughts. And we create prisons with our own minds, right? So really, when you think about that, and that basically is what happens when you are in fear, anxiety, panic attacks, depression. It's really a prison in your mind, right? The thoughts that you think, the lies that we believe, the things that we believe, the things that just, the thoughts that just come at our mind when we're dealing with these things. And, so the Bible calls strongholds, right? It's like a fortress, and we build a fortress around some of these things, and we've thought some of them for so long that we begin to believe them. And there's so many of them that aren't true. There's so many thoughts that are never going to come to pass. There's so many, when you're dealing with this, there's so many what if this, what if that, what if that happens? What if I have a panic attack here? What if I never get well? What if I have to be on medication forever? What if the doctor really is right and this is a chemical imbalance and I'll never get over it? What if my kids have it too? What if I go here? What if I, just all of these thoughts. What if there's something terrible wrong with me? What if I'm doomed to this life forever? Just all of these thoughts that just hammer your mind, constantly. And again, you build that fortress of prison walls around those thoughts, and you believe them. You start to believe them, and as fast as they're coming in, you feel crazy. Sometimes you feel, that was like what my life was very, very much. I could be sitting and somebody would never know. I could be somewhere just dying inside, fearing, just, this is churning inside of me, thoughts going through my head, and the people that are around me don't even know, wouldn't even realize, right? Because you become so proficient at dealing with it, at enduring it. And I always say, what we do is we, kind of fashion our lives around it and stuff. But, we want to break those prison walls, right? We don't always have control over what comes into our minds, right? But we can take control over once it gets there, then we can take control over it, right? Those thoughts, they come in, and sometimes if you're dealing with these things, fearings, you go like, where did that come from? Like, why did I just think that? Hey, Jackie, how are you? And that new baby. And while you don't have control of that, you do have control over what stays there, right? Those thoughts can go, and I'll tell you, Joyce Meyer writes a book, right? The Battlefield of the Mind, and that's what it is. That's what it is, you guys. When you're in fear, anxiety, panic attacks, depression, all of that is your mind. It's a battlefield there in your mind. It's a battlefield. and it escalates and it keeps going, and it's like a snowball, and you feel like you're on a hamster wheel going around and around and around, and you think, am I ever going to stop? Am I ever going to come off of here? Well, I'm here to tell you that you can. You absolutely can. Absolutely. There's nothing too hard for God. There's nothing that he can't help you with. There's nothing. And I told you already, if I broke free, which I did, then anybody can. I'm nobody special. That's why I come on here and say this and give you so much hope, so much encouragement. And I'm going to say this, and it might tweak some people, but I don't care what the doctors have told you. I don't care if they told you it's a chemical imbalance. You can break free. I don't care if they told you it runs in your family and that's just the way it has to be. You can break free. I don't care. If it's something situational, it's probably because of this or because of that. So you're just going to have to cope with it. No, none of it is true. I'm sorry. I do not believe it for a minute. And believing those things, believing some of these things are what kept me stuck for a while. I had to open my mind and go, no, I'm not going to believe that. I'm not going to believe that I can't break free from this. I'm not going to believe that it's some chemical balance that's going to be there forever. Are you kidding? You can go back to my video on chemical balance and listen, or chemical imbalance, and listen to that. God has designed us to heal, and he's designed your mind and your brain to heal as well. If the chemicals got imbalanced somehow, they can reverse themselves, and you can be in perfect chemical balance again in your mind. If it's a generational bondage, could it run in your family? Sure, it could, but that can be just taken care of as well. There's nothing impossible to those who believe, and that is the truth. So we want to break those prison walls, right? We want to break those prison walls, those chains that are in our mind. And I'm going to leave you with, you guys, I've talked about this now. I've put a link to it too, that there is a YouTube channel now with I won't say all the videos. I think there's 32 of them on there now, and I think I've done like 38 or 39 so far. But there's people that that came up and said, it's hard just sort of to get them on, I like to go back onto Facebook sometimes to sift through them. There's some people who don't have Facebook, and who need to see these videos. So if you go to YouTube and you type in Reclaiming Peace, there's 30 some videos, you guys. Business has fear anxiety. Wow. Can you read all of what Jackie just put, honey?
Everyone I meet with in business has severe anxiety and depression. It's shocking how much.
Oh, isn't it, Jackie? Oh my goodness. Steer if you know any of them, if you feel, steer some of them to this YouTube page. Reclaiming Peace is what it is, because man, you don't have to struggle with this. You don't have to suffer with it. I talk about, there's one just not too long ago of a young pastor of a megachurch in California who took his life because of anxiety and panic attacks and depression. And I get it. It's horrible. If you listen to my videos, man, it's hell on earth. It's such a hellish way to live. And but you don't have to live like that. You don't have to. And that's why I come on to give so much hope to people. So much hope. They need it, because even the medical community, like I just said, they'll tell you it's this and we just have to learn how to cope with it. And let's give you medication. Well, that's not working. Well, let's give you a different kind. That medication has this side effect, and that produces a whole new set of problems. And it's a never-ending battle. No, God's given us the tools. He's given us tools. We don't always break free like boom. Like in the Bible, there's so many instances of instant kind of breakthrough. And even though it wasn't instant for me, God gave me the tools to use to break free. And when I broke free, I've said this before, it's no less a miracle than it would have been if it would have happened instantly. But God wanted me to learn some things. He wanted me to learn some things. And a lot of those things I'm sharing on these videos on my YouTube page. Hey here, Ilian, how are you? I heard about that before I came out too. Amen. So you guys, I'm going to share. Yeah, I'm going to kind of leave you with that. You know, if you're struggling over the weekend, if you're struggling, if you're just having a rough time, go back, go to this YouTube channel, type in Reclaiming Peace, and look. Like if I've got them all written down here. You know, I'm just going to read a couple of them. Don't let the diagnosis become your identity. You're dealing with fear and anxiety. It's not who you are. It's not who you are. Don't internalize it. Don't, you know, it's what you're dealing with, you know. What you focus on grows, you know. Another one is God designed us to heal. You know, another one is what do you believe? Another one is fear is a liar. It's a liar. It lies, right? Another one is what are you telling your mind to believe? More about your words is another one. Is it your lot in life? Is another one of the videos. Is it? No, it's not. It's not your thorn in the flesh. You're not, you know, no, it's not. And it doesn't come from God. It doesn't come from God. Another one is don't grow weary. Video 20 is on depression, all on depression. Another one is victim or victor. It's up to you, okay? There's so many videos on here, you guys, and you can look at the topics and you can choose, like, which one speaks to me? What do I need to hear and what do I need to listen to? So, you know, this isn't about me, you guys. This is wisdom from God. Wisdom from the God who created us, who knows what we need to break free from fear. So anyways, that's what I'm going to kind of leave you guys with tonight. Please don't give up hope. Please be so encouraged. Be so encouraged. I'm telling you, I was a mess with this. I was a mess. I had tried everything. And I mean, bad panic attacks, daily anxiety, just living with that nagging daily anxiety, and then depression coming. You can't deal with that for any length of time and not begin to be depressed about it as well, right? But there was also always just this little spark that said, darn it, I'm going to break free. I'm just going to do it. I didn't know how. I didn't know how that was going to happen. And after 25 years of it, it did. It finally did. And if it happened for me, it can happen for you. And I mean that sincerely, very, very sincerely. So anyway, you know, again, go on that channel. You guys, there's so much content on there. There's so many things that you can listen to. Yeah, hey Jan, how are you? So anyway, that's what I'm going to leave you with. Like I said in the beginning, we've got this big auto festival in our town, and is there like fireworks? Yeah, I'm just listening, hearing some booms. So they're going to be doing fireworks, and we're real close to them, our houses, so it's going to get loud, you know, pretty soon too. So God bless all you guys. You know, God loves you. God absolutely loves you. And the God that loves you and created you does not want you to live in fear, anxiety, or depression. In fact, wrap your head around this. He wants you to break free even more than you do. And that's the truth. And that's the truth. I don't care what you believe. It doesn't negate the fact that that is the truth. And I'll leave you with that tonight. I'll be back on Monday to share even more with you. You guys, thanks for listening on a Friday night. Sure. Thanks for all the hearts, Jackie. It was wonderful to see you on here, and all of you guys who are on here tonight. You know, just share these with people that you know. Let people know about the YouTube channel, and, you know, together just annihilate this awful, awful, awful way of living. So God bless you all. Bye-bye.